20.
Hello out there. This is old Skipper here. We're welcome to the Collectors Community Chat and Talk. As you can tell, I can't talk. But my buddy Dale, who's having a connection fit because he thinks it's really funny, knows that I just had dental surgery done. And my entire damn face is frozen solid. I can't even drink water before it's spurting out. What the heck is going on here?
Oh, God. I got water all over me, Skip. Sorry.
Aren't you hysterical?
Hey, Skip, I think you need a windscreen wiper to wipe.
Trying to even drink a bottle of water?
Oh,
he's got me so badly.
Look at Skipper trying to drink a bottle of water. He's got a drinking problem. As soon as it goes in, it comes out. If he goes down,
I shook it down, it went down. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah. Don't go bang with you, Skip.
Good gravy. Can't even smile. I look like an old grumpy guy.
Every time he's talking, I'm getting rained on for some reason. Have you got an umbrella I could borrow?
Oh my gosh!
Actually, I better get.
At least the drugs are holding on because it don't hurt that bad.
Oh.
Hello, how you doing? I like that Doctor Who episode where the kid had a freaking gas mask for a face. Are you my mommy? Are you my mommy? Mommy.
Hey, Skipper. Can you say me shall, she shall? Sat on a seashore.
Are you kidding me? She's sure. Oh crap.
Hang on. I just got to go back to the ship a minute. All that rain.
Are you my mommy? Mommy.
Oh, Neil. It's right. Skipper's got a bit of a speech impediment tonight.
A face impediment. Hello, Marlon's in the house. Hello, Marlon.
Just got to wipe your screen a bit.
Hello, Marlon.
Sea captain.
You bloody.
Is that too much of the old gas and air? So, how was your hydroxide today?
Well, I didn't give up my teeth willingly. I'll put you that way. He yanked on my cheek so hard I thought he was going to pull me brains out. And he couldn't get a good grip because it kept slipping on my beard.
Yeah, I got your message there, Neil. White Mojo Wolf already spoke to me. I have something to show you really cool, actually, very soon, Skipper, for Jason. Actually, I've got two things to show you, in fact. And I hope, for the love of me, for the love of God.
Well, I look forward to seeing yours because I got my baby stickers, the new ones. They're going out to some of my friends out in chat there. But they're babies, are not what I wanted, so they're tiny little things.
Babe, you didn't see a little tiny envelope that big, did you? No, I'll ask us a question.
I can't smile.
You can't smile. Come on. Say cheese.
Limburger.
Sorry?
Limburger. I'll let God try to drink. Oh, doggone it. It's down my cheek again.
It's been a bit cheeky. Oh, man.
Yeah, Marlon, I know you like stickers. You sticky wicket lot. Neil says hi to Zoe. Mozzarella.
I got the first thing to show you, Skipper. This is for Jason, because obviously Jason.
Okay, I'll make you large so that everybody can stop seeing me suffer. There you go.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready? Are you ready?
Where did you get that? Paraguay. Girl del Paraguay in
1957.
1957. That's a real neat thing.
And do you want to see what I got from today?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
The Scope Fund, the Pathfinder Annual. Nice.
1974 or 3.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Obviously,
that was the year my oldest boy was born.
Wow. So he's a year younger than me.
Doug Stacken's in the house. Hey, Doug Stacken. Oh, yeah. Those, my friend, are called prospector tents. They don't have a floor, but they were bloody good tents.
Oh yeah, warm.
Yeah, and they had a spot to put a stove in them as well.
You like this, funny? This is the sort of stuff he's after, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Robert Stevenson, Smythe, Baden Powell. Back to Gilwell, happy land. I'm going to cast my ticket if I can.
I'm not too sure whether he wanted this one as well. There was one, and I can still get it at some point. And it was I think it was the brownies.
What about brownies?
Would he want that? Because obviously everybody's mixed today, aren't they? So I don't know.
Well, they really they have the Girl Scouts there. They switched them over from guides to Girl Scouts, and they have different names for their sections, so they wouldn't probably have brownies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Canada has brownies, but we also have both Girl Guides and Girl Scouts.
Yeah, because I didn't realize Lauren was in the brownies when she was younger. Until the beavers. Sorry.
Beavers, sharing.
Yeah, he's high, all right. He's high. He's got a drinking problem.
Yeah, and I crashed into this ice and it's leaking everywhere.
He's leaking.
I'm leaking.
I said to him, ice, certain captains and leaks do not have a great combination. They don't have a great history together.
Exactly.
And you know what? He still didn't listen to his first mate, his first officer.
I was thirsty.
What?
I was thirsty. Damn, my tongue's frozen solid.
Oh man, I want to give him some stick. He wants to show feeding some sticky toffee.
Oh, you're cruel. I can have Dairy Queen ice cream, but no cone.
I better take that flake out of it then as well. Then.
No flake. Oh, you went to the British pantry today.
Oh
Picked
yeah.
up a lot of British stuff. You know what I hate about learning so much about the British coinage?
Yeah.
All their products have pounds and pence on it, and then they put a sticker on it for Canadian dollars. You go, oh my lord, look at how much they're charging us. Whoa, like that's only 50p and you're charging me $4?
What? Oh, over here, if something is actually priced and it's priced as that, even when I bought American stuff and they've tried charging it, say something's $3.99, and they put £3.99. I said, you do know that is American pricing, so it should be about £1.80.
Mm-hmm. Here we go with the drink again.
Hey, come here, Lolly. Come on. Come here, hug. I'm falling off a chair. You can't see you. Right. Any advice for Lauren when she goes to bed? Because she always falls out. She's, I've had to put her cot back and you've fallen at your bunk bed, what, 4 times now?
Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. There you go. Sing yourself a little song.
Actually, better sing it to you because you're the one that's sick.
It's funny when he's sick.
I know it's sick. I'm just missing some teeth.
Well, it's a kind of sick. It's all right. I'm just writing out my coins here. So I thought I'd let Skipper do all the talking tonight.
Anybody else want to come up and talk on my behalf? You're more than welcome. I'll put the link in the chat. Good night, Lauren.
Skipper says, good night, Lauren. Good night, sweetheart. Love you. See you in the morning, sweetie. Best dreams ever, sweetheart. I don't know how she sleeps like God's how she's like, she cocoons us. It could be like in the Sahara Desert and she's still cocoon herself in the blankets.
Oh my God, $5 for a bottle of HP sauce at Kroger's? Holy cow.
$5? Is that it? It's gone up. It's about £6 a bottle now.
What?
Yeah.
Used to get that for $1.25.
Butter. No, that's wrong. Flip. Butter. There was a massive joke going on, right? Because butter went up really. Just a cheap butter went up to almost £7. Lurpak, which is like the top brand, went up to almost £10 a small jar of butter. So who's going to pay like $20 for almost a little bit of butter? But now the prices have gone back down again. But apparently, come October, there's going to be. Hello, Skipper. He's doing his World War I impression. Coming over. Jerry, 3 o'clock low. Over. 3 o'clock low.
CQ, this is VE2 VTX portable for you. CQ.
Well, to be fair, the Queen should be sorting this stuff out now. This price rise. We never even had this during World War II. Sunak is the problem. EAC's in the house, Neil. EAC, it's good to see you, though, Skip. I'm glad you're you're on the mend.
time to do this again. See if I get some in my mouth, not on the floor.
All right. Do it. Do it.
Oh, that almost went down the wrong tube. Okay, I made it. Successful.
Oops. I will let what Neil's asked me today is I got to give you because obviously I didn't have time because obviously you come straight in. So 5 minutes after the stream, I need to talk to you about something. It's quite important.
Uh-oh.
We've all noticed it. So it's nothing major. It's just a bit of a caution to the wind, as they say. Sorry guys, I am literally just finishing up what I was doing. Is this my book split?
Oh no!
So I'm in rescue mode right now. It's literally hanging on by a little piece there.
Hi, Ogre Coins.
So do you think Jason will like them?
Jason likes anything.
I know, but I'm trying to get something that is specific. You know what I mean? I'm just going to throw anything over. You know what I mean? I like to find things that are specific for that person.
Geez, I can laugh without smiling.
In case I fall asleep, pay it forward, which is a real probability. My entry is a mattress car, fast foodie. Oh, I know that one.
That would be wonderful for tomorrow. The forward wheel isn't today.
Mind you, Rebecca touched by
Rebecca! Hey! I should get a towel and just tie it around my face so I can just hold it in place.
Towel.
Oh, yeah, I make no mistake, and I'm part of the team that makes. Oh,
It's okay.
hard to say.
It's all right. We won't tell Polar Bear. So I am in the middle of actually rescuing my book. I need to put these coins, and I got to get all the information tomorrow. And I found some coin flips. And I picked my book up, and it almost literally fell apart in my hand. I thought, no! But these books are well old. They must be a good 8-9 years old now.
Mm.
I mean, they're great if you just store it, not keep opening them up, closing, opening up, and closing. So, I mean, I only bought them for. I think they're probably a bit more expensive now, but I bought these when it was like free for like off eBay ages ago. Free books for like a tenner. So I've had their wear and tear out of them.
Yeah, 2 tooth extractions an hour ago, along with some other dental work. I thought, oh, I'll be fine. I just didn't realize, oh boy. Frozen mouth, no solid food, 3 days. I'll lose some weight.
He loved it so much, you went back twice.
Really? Oh, man.
So, is that all done now? Is that all the work you haven't done, or are you going to have fillers in? And
he's trying to get me to do this. Invisalign to straighten my teeth. I said, "Come on, I'm hitting 70 here. What that would be great if I was 20, especially when they charge you $6,000 to get it done."
Bloody hell.
So I said, "No, I'll do the bridge and the implant that they do." So I had the teeth filled. Don't worry about the mess of the teeth in the front. I've lived in that way for 7 decades already.
A bridge too far.
A bridge too far.
Sorry, Skipper. I'm going to concentrate on your stream now. I want to get this page because this is the page that is loose. So,
Are you my mommy?
ah.
Mommy. You got to be a Hoovian to know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
Mommy.
You my mommy.
So you got to be Hoovian to understand that for sure.
Hoopian, yeah. In other words, he's quoting Doctor Who in one of the episodes.
I remember the very first episode of Doctor Who. It was awful.
That was brilliant. It's classic.
It's brilliant. No, I compare it to the way it is now. Come on.
I think it's worse now because it seems to have no imagination.
Some of the episodes, I like David Tennant as Doctor Who.
Oh, he's the best one. Actually, mind you, though, the one after him was pretty good. I can't remember his name now, though.
What, Matt? Matt?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, the girl.
A lot of people don't like her.
Whittaker. I can't remember her name now.
Yeah, Whittaker.
Whittaker. She do you know what? I don't think she had because it's in this day and age, she didn't get a fair go.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think she had a fair chance, and she was scrutinised by because it doesn't actually state, and all the doctors said this, all the actors said, or most of them anyway, said that Doctor Who has never said it has to be a man.
That's true. And Papa G, from the original series, Tom Baker was the best.
Oh yeah.
Patrick Troughton. Yeah, he's not too bad.
He's all right. Obviously, I watched it from when I can't remember. Do you know what? I'm terrible with that. I know who they are, but I'm not very good at the names. And it's not that I forget the names; it's that I can't remember names very well. The one with the hat and scarf, he was my personal favorite.
Oh, that's Tom Baker.
Tom Baker, then, yeah. He's my personal favorite because that's what I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's 97, 98, 99. I got rescued.
Hey, we got a lot of Hoopians in the house.
There you go. I got a Doctor Who question. Right, true or false? Was the original film? The original theme tune played by musical instruments? Yes or no?
No.
How was it done?
I'm trying to remember. I actually knew this answer. It's not a musical instrument. What the hell was it? Oh, geez. I can't remember now.
It's a French way of making everyday noises. Yeah, so if you bang it like that or have some scissors, do this. Yeah. A woman, I can't remember the full name of the woman, her name was Anne. Okay. And she turned it into sounds, like sound phonics. And it's French art with everyday sounds, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And when the producer said we're producing a new series, and we need sound and we need clouds. That's all the things she had, and she kept. And when she did it so well. The dun, 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 is actually a bin. I think it's a bin lid going.
Mm-hmm.
And then that thing there is just I can't remember what she used, but it was all to do with B flat. She had to turn everything into B flat to get that sound effect, that sci-fi sound effect.
Mm.
It was two people, and they were sound artists. And she's still alive today.
Oh.
But I can't remember it. I know it was Anne something. But
Five Doctors was one of my favorite episodes too.
yeah, Five Doctors. That was pretty cool. And if you ever watch the BBC with the proms, there's a whole episode of the proms of the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. It's really good.
Mm.
I mean, Stephen's got every single original episode. Because he don't do internet, he don't do editing, he just likes old school stuff. And but he's a massive, huge Who fan.
Yeah, we have a TARDIS on our Christmas tree.
I think Stephen said to me the reason why you use the police box is because no one would enter a police box.
Yeah, but it stayed a police box because the TARDIS broke. It's supposed to change, but it doesn't change. It's broken.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Okay. I can't remember why.
Papa G is a Whovian.
I used to have all sorts of Doctor Who stuff here. Give it to my boy. I used to have cards, TARDIS, a screwdriver.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, do you know what? I must watch it again from the very beginning.
Exactly, Papa G. It's the chameleon circuit that's broken on it.
But who is Doctor Who? Nobody knows.
The moment there's an episode with the Daleks in it, Tracy runs. She absolutely is terrified of those damn things.
Well, you know what to do with a Dalek, don't you? Make sure there's a flight of stairs.
They fly. They hover.
Not down narrow stairs, they can't.
Well, ultra British stairs. I keep forgetting how narrow they are over there. Oh, yeah. The saddest one was the episode with Danny Pink when he got turned into a Cyberman.
Ah, I like the Cybermen.
There's so many good episodes. Maybe I'm gonna watch that again tonight. It's been a while. I've been actually on a Torchwood kick lately.
Oh, what?
Torchwood. Spin-off from Doctor Who takes place in Cardiff.
I haven't seen that. I wonder if Steve's seen that. I'll have to ask
Yeah, it's with Captain Jack Harkness. He runs the team.
All right, okay. I been watching.
The time.
I've been watching with the ladies. Originals.
Oh yeah, you're saying. No, I've actually been watching The Big Bang Theory after I watched Young Sheldon all the seasons.
It's funny that we watched all the Big Bang today. Because we don't watch anything until Zoe's like finished work. So Big Bang is like the background noise now. Big Bang is freaking awesome.
Papa G says he had all the Doctor Who's for the 3rd and 4th seasons on beta.
That's probably what my friend's got. He's got all the original uncut.
Silver Tea.
Silver Tea. He's at work. He's working hard. Bless him.
What else? Someone working.
I'm working, kind of. I'm working to save this page. It's falling apart. It's going to be falling out soon. And my half pennies. 2000. 5p. Because I ain't using staples anymore. So what I'm doing is I'm using sticky address labels. Keep them flatter. So I'll be putting all the information on them.
Oh, Neil, Mrs. Brown's Boys is awesome.
Oh, I love Mrs. Brown Boys. My favorite episode, Super Mummy.
Yes, that was a good episode.
And the other one, when she thought she was leaking, and it was a dog being put down. And she goes, she's getting old, and she's in the kitchen. She's like, "What?" And we're going to have to put her in a home or put her down, and she's and she's like listening, going like this, and because she's always weighing herself and don't even realise, and she gets the mop and starts mopping the floor.
Silver Tea says, "No, it's Silver Mammy, not Mummy."
Silver Mammy, Irish.
Mommy, are you my mommy? No, my favorite are all the Christmas ones where Mrs. Brown gets stuck in that damn tree.
Every year.
Oh, it's just awesome.
Roy, you know why he left, don't you?
I don't know why he left. I just know he did.
Yeah, when they bought that new one in, obviously it was they could have just let him go on a free contract. Yeah, and just phased him out, because the story went according to Rory, because they're all family. You see, most of them all family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he goes, when we decided to do, because it was all theatre at first, and then obviously the BBC got involved, and Channel 4 got involved, and give them a contract, and they were supposed to travel to London, Birmingham, Manchester, Scotland, Ireland, obviously, around Ireland, all the major cities in Ireland, all the major cities. Did I say Birmingham? Bath, Bristol, Reading. They didn't. They were only contracted to, I think it was Glasgow, not Edinburgh, not Stirling. I think it was Glasgow, London, Birmingham, and Belfast, and Cork. I think it was Cork. And Rory said, when you go to these cities and for the last 20 years, it gets boring. When we said because we were making more of an audience, because obviously we'll do it live.
Mm-hmm.
And if we'd have stayed and done our theatres, we could have travelled on our own independence. And it was great having all the TV rights for that. But then we were going only into 4 cities, and it was a lot of hard work, more production for us. And it put a lot of pressure on us. And he wanted to leave years ago. But yeah, it was a difficult time for it was a lot of stress for the TV, because obviously TV's on a certain time. That is why when they make mistakes, they don't edit it out. they said don't leave it in because that's part of the show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's what he used to do in the theaters. It was just a script, and what's her name? Kathy, which is actually Brendan's wife in real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
She does all the scripts, and because she does it really fast, sometimes the scripts are really difficult to obtain, and they make a lot of mistakes. And Channel 4 said, no, we're going to pre-record them. And they said, no, because that's taking the magic away from our theatrics. That is what people like, the mistakes.
Mm.
And Rory left because he wanted to go on and do other things. He wanted to go back to theatre because he said the TV was too much. It was just too much physically. So it was a shame because I actually liked his character. He was actually really funny, quirky. Who else was it? It was a young lad in there. Was his actual son, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's the one that plays
Buster.
Buster. Yeah.
I missed that. I think it's actually brilliant. Every episode's.
Is that off the air now?
I think they're back. I think they do the Christmas specials. They did a show where they brought in special guests, and the audience got involved a little bit. One to many. It was still the same sort of principle. They had like a little story, but that was only at Christmas time. But I think it's now finished. I think they've gone back to the theatre. I mean, Brendan, he's like what, touching 60s, isn't he? Late 60s, isn't he?
I don't know.
He only got that because that role because he laughed one day accidentally years and years ago, and he sounded like an old lady, and that's why they put him as an old lady. And that's how it all started. They had a lot of people rehearse for Mammy, and he laughed. Thought something was funny. But it's obviously wit as well. You got to be witty, ain't you?
River Song is a very unique character, Yacy.
2001. 5p.
The fact that essentially she is a Time Lord. She recycles herself.
Right, last one.
Babes in Toyland, beautiful, beautiful Toyland, and other things.
I want to know if Marlin's found anything really cool in history lately.
Marlin's got some good stuff coming up. I wish he'd come up and tell us about it.
Trade secret. It'd be nice to actually see some of his actual amazing finds that he's actually found.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff that he hasn't posted or anything, you know.
Hey guys, what's your links at if you want to? Anybody wants to check?
Yeah, what your links in, guys? Sorry, I've just got this is my last one, so.
You want to come up and chat since I'm not that chattable right now? Freezing's finally starting to come out. I can. No, I can't taste my tongue yet. Cheeks frozen. I think my dentist burnt his hand on my beard.
What?
Yeah, well, he was pushing down so hard, and of course, it's not skin; it's against his hair. And you can tell that he was having difficulty, whether he was kind of moving towards my jaw to try to get the right torque to pull the tooth out.
You got some stubborn molars in there, my friend.
Yeah, well, I hope he got a little bit of freaking whisker burn after what he did to me. Holy crap.
Yeah. He's got his ER right now. Have some carpet burns, friction burns.
Okay, rub it in. All I can have is vanilla ice cream. He's talking about all this sweet stuff. Oh, you are.
Ice come out of the fridge. $2002. All righty.
Oh, salted caramel ice cream sauce.
Right, now you're being unreasonable because that sounds good. Right, I've sent everybody's parcels off today. The only one I got to do now is Jason's and Silver Gophers.
Yeah, enjoy work. I was going to say Mr. T. Silver T. We'll catch you when you get back.
Yes, please, Mr. Silver T. IBB for life, come off, bros. I missed that yesterday. Sorry, brother. I did catch it, but I done some cards today. Obviously, I don't put online because it's just not worth it at the moment. And I'll show you what I found. I found an amazing card. I don't know how much it's worth because I don't mind looking for, I don't mind searching for.
Silver T's, he's going to flick you a message through Insta. He needs an address.
Okie dokie, brother.
Oh, it's long past due. I said fare thee well to two of my molars. They kept me company for 7 decades, and then he pulls them up, leans over, says, "Do you want to get Visalign?" I said, "Why are you asking me that now? It should have been like 40 years ago. Freaking Visalign, I'm not spending $7,000 to put Visalign in my mouth now."
Can't sit very well. That is all amazing.
Oh, hold on. Let's make you big. There you go.
That is a nice looking card, that one. I don't know if you can see it very well, but look at that. Awesome. And that is Eduardo Camavinga from France. And then I wasn't expecting this out of a normal pack. Normally you find these in the expensive packs. Pedri from Spain. That is an amazing card. So I think it's an actual chrome card by the feel of it. It's not plastic. It's actually chrome.
They really do put some high quality.
This is what I prefer. This is why I prefer Tops to Panini, because you get cards like this. I mean, the best card that they've come up with in Panini, right, which is the chase card. Now, in football, I get American sports. I understand it's not the best card. It's one of the better cards. Okay. Is this, right? It's flimsy. Yeah, it feels really naff, right? Hasn't got the quality though, Tops. a rookie card. I get American sports with rookie cards, new players, whatever. But in football, all the years, I've never heard anybody say rookie. Even in the MLS, never heard a player called rookie. I don't know what they're trying to.
I guess they're trying to emulate the US.
Probably, but it doesn't work when you're in the World Cup. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy's from Ghana, and he's in. You know, this is the whole World Cup. I found some Canadian players. I found some US players, but then you got players like Messi, who is he's a legend, obviously in his own right. I don't personally rate him. I think there's better players out there, but this guy is a billionaire. He probably gets paid even today. He's never done anything for his country in the World Cup. Never got through the group stages, I don't think. But he's done well for his club. He's gone to PSG now a couple of years ago or 18 months ago. And but when he was in Barcelona, he's brilliant. But he had a really good team behind him. He had the Spanish national team more or less behind him. Passed in balls where and scoring 50 goals a season, which is great. But when he's in the international side, he's not that great because I don't think the international side's that good anyway. I don't think Carlman's that great at the moment either. But anyway, but you got a legend. I never heard a player called rookie. I not even checked online why they would do that.
Could be his last name.
No, his name is actually. And I'll tell you what, the trouble with Panini as well, what Topps try not to do is give you duplicates in the pack. It has happened. It happened to me. It's happened to Neil. But you get them, especially in the special packs. I had nothing but 12, and that's a whole pack, more or less. Packing out, actually, you get 10 cards. So a pack and a bit, I had duplicates with Panini. But you pick up a Panini card and you pick up a Topps card, you can see the quality, miles. And the way they do it as well, they don't do it in teams; they do it in numbers. So you got I think you got all the rookie cards as one. Then you got the legend cards, and then it goes into, like for example, the next team is England. Yeah. So you got the England team. So you got Pickford at the top, where the badge should be. Then the goalie. Then the team itself. But Panini's put the badge here for some reason, and then it goes halfway through a team and then starts again for a different team. And then there's other England players in different positions. It's like it's all mixed. It's just rubbish. So, I mean, the Japanese team starts here, yeah, and their badge is over on the other page here.
Wow.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in the center of the team kind of thing. It's not well presented. Then you got Korea. It's obviously in the group stages, and then you got Morocco in the center or something. I don't know. I don't know how they've done it here. You got the team. I think what they've done is they've tried putting it in the center, and it hasn't worked. And that you build the team around it. But then you got Uruguay and Spain together, which is kind of, I just don't get it. You got a Spanish card. You got a Spanish card. You got Morocco. Sorry, Tunisia. Then you got Uruguay, and then in the center of it, you've got a Spanish player. I think they've messed it up somewhere in the production.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What I'm going to do when I've completed it, I'm going to just sort it out into teams on my own. So I'll have like the group stages, where they're in the groups. I mean, Denmark. Here I got 3 top keepers, 4 different teams, where
Right.
they should be with their own team, like they used to do in the sticker books. So you'll have the team crest, the main team, and then you have all like the top scorer. Then if they scored an hat-trick, then you'll have another one, and it'll be on like 2 pages. But this is all over the place. Contenders. I don't know what. And then at the back, you got all the limited edition ones. I got 5 limited editions, and they look to me. They look like they've got it on a big sheet. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they've transferred the pictures on, and then cut it because it doesn't even match. You got, actually, I got a duplicate here from the pack. This is a duplicate, yeah. And you can see what I'm saying. Look at the bubbles. You got 2 bubbles there.
Mm-hmm.
As you go up, you got 2 bubbles further over. See?
Well, right now, Dale's just chit chatting about his English or his European football, his cards.
Yeah, World Cup. So it's, but this is both the same player. But look at that. You can see where that bubble's over his shoulder, and as you go to the bubble there, it's further over. So it's not even matching.
Mm.
They've just got a sheet of card and imposed a picture on it, and it's. But Topps would never do. You would never get that from Topps. You would never ever have. That's why I'm a Topps fan. I need to do this for the World Cup. So I'm pretty. The only thing they're good about. The only thing is their information. Right, rookie cards. Although they're making their debut in the FIFA World Cup this year, these players are already very experienced in the club level. No one can beat them in terms of grit and courage. We reckon that in a few years down the line. Well, that's not a rookie card. That is a player that's come from a junior, like the under 18s, and they've managed to get into the senior team. So we call it a debut card.
Oh, okay.
Not a rookie card. I just don't understand. And then you get the extra rare one is, well, I don't even know why they put Marquinhos. Pogba's a rubbish player. He's the worst player in the world. Man United got rid of him. They kicked him out. And the metal grit effect is Hakimi from Morocco. But they do give when from 1893 when Argentina won the World Cup, then the facts like Diego Maradona from 1982 to 94, most caps, most goals in the World Cup was Batista, 1994 to 2002. Belgium, who I think is going to win the World Cup this year, to be honest. 1895, Sokovo. They do the information is amazing.
PA Patriot. Oh boy, I'm having blah blah blah. I don't want to wait too long, or my mouth freezes up completely. Yeah, I like hockey too. But I mean, I lived for soccer when I was younger. Sorry, football for some of you guys out there. But we loved soccer, and but I really enjoy hockey. I mean, it's just I don't go to all the games because they charge way too much money, but occasionally I slip in there and I'll do it. I even went down to Las Vegas and watched a hockey game.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
We got a great hockey team here, Swindon Wildcats. I think that's some Canadian players play over here, and some US players. Trying to find Canada. There we go. I've got 2 Canadian players. So it's a new thing, but I'm only doing this for the World Cup just to get it.
So
yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then I've got the ones I'm doing at the moment.
PA, that's what he was talking about. Is they're starting to call their rookie players rookies.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the ones I'm filming at the moment. And that's pretty thin.
Gee.
So that's tops. This is tops, yeah. This is tops match attacks, as you know. That's the European. That's the European, and UEFA League and the European Conference League Cup. That's the UEFA's Nationals League. So that's like a group thing. And then you've got this, and even for tops is like pre-tins, these little ones here. And this is what Neil sent me. There's some cards in there for Zoe. But then this is what Panini give you. It's just for the one who's got the main sponsor for the World Cup. It's pretty naff. I mean, it's a different make than tops. It's a completely different design, but I think there's just nothing to it. It's just they should have put like a stadium on there or something on the front, some players or something. This is just together. I mean, to me, it looks like a blinking London Underground roundel. But anyway,
they should start putting out a trading cards for paranormal activity.
Yeah, they do. I think they've got. I think if you look, there's probably a lot of companies that do cards like that. That's why I got my TV cards. Let's put these little thingies away. Going there. Right, I want to tip that up. Right, I've rescued that book now. All I've got to do is finish them off tomorrow.
All I'm doing is popping out stickers.
you want to put me little again, Skip? Does anybody want to pop up? Anybody want to pop up and chat with us? Chat with the chat, of course. Not only is he popping out stickers, he was popping out his teeth.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least just to keep my mind off the vacancies in my face.
Man. Painful stuff.
I was surprised how fast they got them out, though. I guess they're ready to leave. They bailed on me, the traitors.
So that good food you've been eating over the years, Skipper.
Yeah, that's true. I thought they'd be harder to come out of the mouth, but no.
You have to ask yourself, my teeth leaving so soon?
Too much beer and pizza when I was young.
Well, at least you can say it's all bought and paid for. It's just expensive when you want to get them out, isn't it?
True. And the cheeky bugger says to me, "Well, now you got some teeth to give to the tooth fairy." This is really okay.
Yeah, that's the what to pay for the bill.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, 1991, 92, 93, 4.
Oh, and I got in some coffee samples from one of the other freelance farmers promoting this stuff. And doggone if I can't remember. I can't even drink it while I got this for 3 days anyway. But it's makes it cold now.
Do you know what? I'll wait 4 days. You know, you're in the clear.
Yeah, like I said, my clothes will fit better.
Crossover Paranormal Society. Nice to see you.
Oh, he just noticed him. He's been here for half an hour.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to rescue my book when because it's split.
I noticed that. It's okay. I said hello to him. He's
literally
not
falling apart.
God.
And the pages are literally coming off his one page and that to rescue. Yeah.
There. Geez, I send these stickers out for guys' sticker boards. It'll disappear on their board. They won't even see them. They look like dots. They're about the size of American silver. Just tiny little things.
The size of a Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan. You know, they're tiny little stickers. Mine. Hiya.
Kinamine. 2001.
Yeah, I'm doing what the doctor says.
I'm looking forward to making a phone call tomorrow. Woo-hoo.
I bet you are. Holy crap.
Okay, I will tell. Shall I tell you what's going on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. I've been waiting to go and see my specialist for a very, very long time now. As some of you may know, I've got a very serious illness, and the long and short of it is that I've had a transplant to prolong life, and I've been seeing my specialist for nearly 20 years. What they don't tell you on the board is sometimes there's always going to be a horror story behind a transplant. And unfortunately, I was one of the horror stories. My treatment was terrible. My stay in hospital was a nightmare. It was that bad, even though I not long come out of my operation, must have been about 3 days. They moved me down to a ward where a lot of family was turning up to see patients. And I was in a room of my own. They put this other patient in with me you had about 8 people turn up with for their family, and they were laughing and joking. So I had to go to sleep to get some sleep in the waiting room because there was nobody in there. So I was having some sleep in there. My morphine machine didn't work. You know, I kept complaining and saying I got no morphine going into my system. And when I had my dialysis tube out after the transplant, the nurse has never done it before. And I said to her, "You got to do this." I had to instruct her how to do it, you know. And she goes, "I've never done this before." The doctor came up to me and I said, "Has she pulled this out yet?" I went, "No." I go, "She does know." She's she's very experienced. So I go, "That's funny because she just told me she's never done it before." And anyway, he pulled it out within a second. It hurt, but it pulled out in a second. And now my staples in my stomach, I had something like 28 staples. And even though the wound was just a week old, they decided to pull them out regardless. They didn't wait for no scabbing to finish, and they just ripped them out there and then. And of course, I had no morphine, no local anaesthetic, no nothing. They just ripped them out. So yeah, I was left in blood for hours. My sheets are just soaked in red. And I've never put a complaint. I should have done, but I was just too ill to even complain. I just wanted to go home. But prior to that, when I woke up from the operation, I said, "There's something wrong with my stomach." They said, "Oh, it's just you just had a transplant. What do you expect?" I goes, "No, there is something wrong. I don't know what it is. Obviously, I can't see inside my stomach." And I even complained. I even wanted the kidney out. I even said, "This is not right. I wanted it out. This is not what's supposed to be happening." And so anyway, my doctor, my recovery doctor, they call it, that I was seeing now through my plasma exchange and my through part of my dialysis, you have to go down to, because my friend gave me his kidney, which I'm very grateful for, which people tell me you should be grateful every day. For the last few years, for about 5-6 years, that's all I had is, "Oh, you should be grateful. And I'm thinking, wow, you know. And my friend Matty said, "Look, don't worry about it. I did it on my back." But how thankful, it's not me, it has to be thanking for the people around me. The only person I have to thank for is the surgeons and the care staff at the time and my friend. But I was made to feel so low that about myself, I never enjoyed time. And so anyway, I saw this recovery doctor, and I was sick. When I was sick, I mean, I was sick every second for 4 months. Every second. I couldn't stop. Until this one doctor walked past, and he goes, "And your recovery doctor give you any medicine?" I went, "No, bleh, no." Bleh. And he gave me some medicine, and it went away. Never had it since. So anyway, he was trying to. I got scars on my stomach, which shouldn't be there, because he pulled out a dressing, which he shouldn't have done. Now it looks like I've got a bullet wound in my stomach. It's about that big.
Yeah.
Right. And it shouldn't be there. And it was patched, and he pulled the patch out because blood poured out everywhere. And so that was another stay in hospital. I had to stay in to get it patched thing. And I said to him that I can't walk. Like every time I walk, it hurts, like being punched in the stomach all the time. And it's been like that in chronic pain for like 10 years now, ever since I woke up. I never had it before. And then if it weren't through Zoe, I think this is back in 2014, she noticed that I was having epileptic fits. I didn't notice. Obviously, I don't know that. I was being in and out, spaced out, whatever. Done some crazy stuff. Almost cut my hand off for fun. I was in the kitchen, just sawing my hand off. And she goes, "What are you doing?" And obviously, I answered her back, saying, "I'm cutting my hand off. I don't need my left hand. It's pointless." And that's my words, what I said. So I didn't know this at the time. Obviously, she knew what she's telling me, relaying back. And I went to have everything tested, and my speech, my ability to read, understand, getting my words out is all to do with my left hemisphere, and that's where the problem is.
Right.
And it relates to trauma with transplants. And so for the last 10 years, I've been running around, because it's now 2022, my transplant in 2012. I have been in chronic pain. I've got a new ailment which has happened in my right side, it's happening in my kidney area and in my lower back, and it's not spinal. And I could walk 4 yards and I'm in excruciating pain, and but I have to fight through it. And the pain therapist lost my notes for some reason. And I've been waiting to go to the pain clinic since 2012 through this thing. They done an ultrasound, eventually done an ultrasound in 2015, and said your kidney, the reason why you're in so much pain is because your kidney is in too tight. It is so tight you have no movement. And the medication I'm on lots of medication, loads. I mean, when I say loads, I mean it is literally through a pipeline. I have it delivered, and it's morning, noon, and night, no end.
How in the world could they place a new kidney in so that it was so tight?
It's the surgeons. I don't know. I don't know what it may have been. Something went wrong. They might have cut too much veins off and trying to stretch the veins over. I don't know. They don't tell you that part. But I've been trying to get into pain clinic for years with other things as well. And then I started having bad backs. It feels like my spine is exploding. And anyway, I spoke to this pain psychologist a few weeks ago, and she goes, "You do know that everything's related to your kidney transplant, and your doctor, your specialist, has got it all there. And I don't know why he sent you to these gyms you're not supposed to go to, these other things that I had to do, biomechanics and all that. I don't even know why they sent you to all these when he's got all the answers on there." And I said to her, I maybe the outcome may have not been different, but he could have told me 10 years ago. That's my argument. Now I've been trying to see him now since the pandemic, and everything was sort of like fine. He'd get you in and he'd say, "You working yet?" Even though he knows I can't work. I've been medically retired since 2009. And that's all he says to me. "Are you working yet?" And I said, "I'm not allowed to work. The occupational therapists are not allowed to work. My work said I'm not allowed to. Even though I still technically belong to my job because they pay my wages still, I still medically retired." And they, for the first time after the pandemic, we've rolled on for a few years after the pandemic, I saw him once, and he came in and he went, "Everything's fine. You need to take a blood test." No, he normally does a blood test because it's a satellite unit in my hospital, which is the main hospital's 40 miles away. So, and I didn't get a blood test. I didn't get my proper count. But the creatinine is fine, which is good news. That's the only thing working on me at the moment. But they said, "We'll see you in 4 months." 4 months roll around, I see a new doctor, because in fairness, he had an emergency, so I had to speak to someone I'd never seen before. And she goes, I don't know anything about your history. I have nothing. Can you tell me what's happened? So I gave her a complete lowdown of what's happened. I mean, a real more detailed version. And she went, oh. And I said, you did ask, because I did, didn't I? But with that, she called me up and said, we're going to have a phone conversation. I said, why? I said, COVID's over. Why can't I go to and have a face-to-face with my specialist? I've only seen him once since the pandemic's finished. And she went, oh, no reason. And I think what's happened, he's got all the notes from the pain clinic and the pain psychologist. I've seen pain therapists, and they've all sent him a message over, knowing that I want to ask him these questions, and he's avoiding me. Now, I was at the hospital the other day, and that's why I blew off a bit of steam, because I was waiting at the hospital in agony and I wanted to talk to him about this new thing, because I can't go to the hospital like for something. I actually literally got to go. Everything has to go through him, and that's anything. So if I went to ER, like I've been in ER for 3 weeks,
Right.
and I missed my first transplant date because they didn't even know what to do with me. And so we don't know enough. And of course, I was out of it. I was in and out of all sorts of stuff. And I didn't even know my boy visited me. He come up, visit me twice. And the nurses said, we don't know what to do with him. And they didn't even know I was having a kidney transplant because there was no communication. And I get a phone call, where are you? I said, I'm in hospital. I've been in hospital for the last 3 weeks. So I started queuing around. I moved into a different ward. And they said, well, no one's told me anything. I go, that's because there's no communication. And this is this is the first date of the transplant. I've had 2 dates of transplants. When I went to go and obviously now the other day I was at the hospital, and it's a scheduled appointment which they put forward. So it was supposed to be at 4:10, and it was at 3:30. So it was like 40 minutes. So we got there in ample time. And now everybody, all the patients used to know each other, and used to have like dinners, Christmas dinners, and go around the dialysis unit, meet everybody, give them presents, talk to, because there's some old people that don't even get anybody to talk to. So you go and talk to people, and you get to know each other. Even in the renal unit and the dialysis unit, you go into there and you sort of make because there's obviously older people there who have no visitors. So I used to just go up there and speak to the older chaps and talk to them, give them some. If you need anything in the shop, I would go off down the shop and get them something, and stuff like that. But anyway, and it was like interacting with people in the same boat as you, sort of thing. And for the first time, I was sat there, and there was only 3 people in, but it was like one for another doctor, one for a transport, and there was another chap who's obviously was brought in. And the first thing he said to him, why on earth are you in hospital again? Or something along those lines. I'm thinking, wow, probably because he's not well. Not everybody wants to go to hospital for the fun of it, And so over 20 years, I've been seeing this guy. And because obviously I moved from a transplant doctor.
Kind of like a slap in the face.
Yeah, and I get a phone call today going, you're changing doctors. So you're going to see a new doctor on the 21st of September. Because I said, look, I got to leave because obviously where the hospital situated, I think it's about 7 miles to walk home, and that would be okay for someone who's able-bodied. it would be easy to get there and back. You know, it would take a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
It would take me probably about 3 weeks with an oxygen tank. It was a really hot day as well. It's been a really hot weather, and Zoe had to be at work at 5. So I was there by 3:20, right up until 4:45, and there was nobody in there apart from new patients coming in at 4 o'clock for their appointments. And the girl lied, said that she doesn't answer the phones after 4 o'clock. And I said to her, "You've lied because I see you answering the phones at 4 o'clock because I was there." And I goes, "If I phone at the doctors now, you were used to phone them up, they would answer." And they said, "Yeah." I goes, "Well, how comes you don't know anybody?" And this is what I said to her: "How comes you don't know any of the patients' names? When I walked in there, you said, 'What's your date of birth?' And I said to her, 'My name's not date of birth,' you know." And they said, "Well, okay, what's your date of birth? What's your name?" I said, "Well, why don't you ask that first?" I was given my name at birth, not my date of birth, because I don't like the system they've got because it's just all automated. There's no empathy.
There's a lot of them that are doing that now.
Yeah, I don't like the missing empathy. When Joan was there, who retired, she knew everyone. She didn't have to put your name in a computer. She knew, "Hi Dale, go and sit down. I'll get you sorted out in a minute." "Hi Dave, how are you? Nice to see you." "Hi Phyllis, how are you? Nice to see you. Sit down. I'll get you sorted out in a minute." And she had a lot more patients. And she goes, "Wow, we're having more influx of patients." I said, "I knew it's going to be the patients' fault. I knew this is going to be boiled down to patients." And what she don't know, I've been ill since I was 9 years old. And she goes to me and she says something really stupid. And she goes, "Well, Dr. Hardin's taken on more patients to Swindon. We've complained that Oxford shouldn't send us over more patients." And I said, "Look, don't give me that crap, because at the end of the day, Dr. Hardin's, Dr. Reynolds, Dr. Descupta, they all are the administrations for the patients, for the clinics. They send the patients all over the country. That's those three who run the administration." She went, "Yeah." I said, "So why would he take on more patients when he can't cope? When he's the administration?" And she stopped me and she, "What I'll do, I will talk to Dr. Hardin." I goes, "Well, get him to call me, or get Sheila to call me." She goes, "Who's Sheila?" I goes, "His personal secretary."
Mm-hmm.
And I went, "Okay." And there was a woman waiting to see Paul, the pharmacy. Yeah. And she was in there and she could hear her under the breath, like that. Because they got their own pharmacy in the renal unit. And Paul pulled somebody in who was part of staff. And they were in there for over an hour laughing. They come out and they were laughing and giggling. So 4:30. So say I got there about 3:20, 20 past 4. So almost coming up to over an hour. At 10:50 I left. I said, "If I don't leave now, my partner can't go to work. I can't get home." And she went, "Oh, okay, off you leave then." And I said, "Well, can you get Dr. Hardin to call me then?" And she went, "Yeah, I'll see what I can do." So, and then I get a phone call today going, "Oh, you're now going to be changed over to a different doctor." And I said, "Is that still going to be in Swindon?" And she went, "Yeah."
It's
So
probably for the best.
Probably for the best. I don't know what's happened. I mean, the first 10 minutes I was there. Obviously, it wasn't my appointment time. The first 10 minutes I was there, they were messing around about donuts. They were talking about donuts for 10 minutes. And they said, "Oh, the patients only get 20 minutes each time." I go, "So 10 minutes of messing around with donuts, that's half a patient's appointment that was waiting in the waiting room then."
Mm-hmm.
And I've been up there before now at 12 o'clock. My appointment's been there at 12, and he hasn't turned up till 2:30. and I got fed up with it. I wait, over the years, I've been fed up with it because he thinks that because he can do it, he can get away with it. And he's not. He's a good doctor in his way. He's not. He's a good doctor, but he's got this persona where it doesn't matter anymore. They've got their credit, they got their newsletter on me, whatever, and I still think something happened on the operating table.
Mm-hmm.
And when I spoke to the National Kidney Foundation, she says to me, the reason why she does this is because even though we have all across the spectrum with the Kidney Foundation or Federation, I should say, is that there is a lot of horror stories that don't get noticed, because everybody has this persona that everybody has to be grateful for a transplant. But what they don't tell you, they have all these lovely glossy pictures of old people on the wall going, "Oh, I've had a transplant. I went to Barcelona for the first time." But it's not that easy to go on holiday, because if you're on dialysis and you've got a dialysis machine and you're doing a home one, you've got to get that on a plane, and there's so much red tape, and then you get your dialysis equipment to your resort from Baxter, and then you're getting medications approved. So it's not a case of because some medications are banned, obviously, or different named. So it's a case of, and the insurance is going to be crazy. So it's like you have to book in like almost a year in advance before you can do anything. If you're doing perennial dialysis, it's even worse, because you've got to get those bags delivered to your destination, and you've got to do it for every 4 hours a day. And if you're on hemodialysis, you've got to find a place that has a center for hemodialysis and get you booked in.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're an afterthought, like what I was or is, I've never complained about anything. I've been on experimental drugs. I've been on experimental to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, I'll be up for that. As long as it helps people, I'll do that. And so yeah, it was really annoying because I sat there in pain. And he came out 3 times. If he'd have said, "Sorry, everyone, I'm running a bit behind, of catching up on phone calls and doing a few things, and I need to know what's going on," that would have been okay. At least you knew where you stood.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was no empathy. And I come out of there, and then I get to officer. I spoke to my MP. They're trying to get hold of somebody that is in my region, because I need to get someone to sit down with me and send my actual, not highlighted notes, but I mean the proper notes that I've been had since I was 9, and gone through everything. I mean, page for page. And that's what I want to happen, and find out if there's anything gone wrong and why they're keeping this from me. That's why they avoiding me. They're trying to get me in and out as quick as they can. But anybody else, if you sit there, anybody else goes into the room, they're in there 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes. I go in, and so has noticed it loads of times. I've gone in, and it's been blood test out.
Yeah.
Because if I start asking questions, he starts going quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to speak to him about my pain psychology, and I think they've written to him and find out why, and he's avoiding the question.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that now I've been given a different doctor. So I've been on a wild goose chase for like 10 years. It doesn't matter about the outcome. The outcome's the outcome.
Mm-hmm. Kid of mine says they were trying to make you believe your procedure was normal, and obviously they messed up somewhere. They didn't want to admit it. A normal procedure wouldn't need pain meds like you do.
I'm on loads.
Yeah.
I get the morphine afterwards, obviously, because you're all over the place. But
yeah, and Neil's got a valid point. He says you may never find out, Dale.
oh no, but I will find out because there's plenty of people that were there while I was moved around. Why was I put back in the renal unit where I should have been on? I should have been on renal's ward, which is the kidney transplant recovery unit, where the renal unit is separate. That's the people going in to have their treatment or whatever, as where the renal unit, the recovery unit is where you've had the transplant and you're like the exit kind of thing. And I mean, everything's restricted in there. But I will find out. That is what I may not, it's not like I want to know the answers. It's the fact is that why is he the main guy then sending me on a wild goose chase? I mean, I was sent a letter the other day and it's out of date. It's 2019. I've never met Dr. Mac. Now, Dr. Mac is, as far as I'm concerned, an idiot. And I told him so. I made an appointment to see this guy because when I was at work, obviously I declared my illness at work, and I never met this person. All he wrote a statement, 2-line statement saying, yes, Dale has got problems with his kidneys, but it's recoverable. And that is his exact words. And they said, well, we don't know what this is. Are you lying to us? Because if you're lying to us, we can sack you. So I got us, watch this. I got an appointment, okay, with Dr. Mac purposely. And I walks in there, goes, look, you're on £250,000 a year. I'm not. I goes, I've never met you. Why are you writing this? And they sends a letter to me dated October 2019. And this is supposed to be the most up-to-date letter that they got from Dr. Mac. And I've only met Dr. Mac that once. And that was to have a go at him. I reviewed the gentleman. He says, I reviewed the gentleman. He's never even gave me an examination, remember, from his former colleagues, Dr. I don't know who that is. Blah, blah, blah. He's never, because it says here about my right knee. Now, I had my right knee paid for by my company, which I told you about. They said they don't keep medical records. It's like a patch and go. So this is worthless. Thanks for sharing the referring pay management physiotherapy. As an appointment was given, pain clinic to attend pain clinic, 1-to-1 was preferred because I got no immune system because they normally do group meetings. That's why I asked for 1-on-1. And that was back in 2019. That was the 18th of December 2019. And then they told me that and the last nurse I spoke to told me that I'm useless. I'm lying basically about my illnesses. And she said, when I was in there, she goes, if you're in a lot of pain, you'd be screaming. And I think you're lying. You're just useless and worthless. And she made the appointment for the pain team. And then she goes, something stupid. She says, I will refer to pain, but I think it's a waste of time. And then left. And now I spoke to this lovely lady, and she's the one who put me and sends Dr. Harden a letter. But yeah, that's basically what she said to me. She and that was down a different surgery, but we got 3 surgeries, and Abby made surgery, and she goes, She said to me, you can't do this. You should be able to do that. You should be able to do this. I think you're putting it on. You're worthless. And then she goes, I will refer you to the pain team, but I don't think it's worth it for you, to be honest. And that's when I got to the pain team. When I spoke to them, I've already spoke to a pain therapist, a pain psychologist, and now they've sent me again to the pain psychologist to make sure that it's not all in my head, even though it's been proven with everything medically. So oh, you got the darn COVID, have you? But yeah, that's what she did. So the last few months have been really, really tough mentally for me. It's like, but you know, I just want to tell you, that's why I put a rant on the other day, because I think they know what's going on. So I'm going to speak to my MP again tomorrow, from members of Parliament. So get them sorted out, and then we'll go from there. Because I really want my medical records, regardless of the outcome. I felt for the last 10 years that I've been on a goose chase. Yeah, it is. I think that is. It's that he used to have time for everybody. I don't know if he does it to everybody or people having the same problem. I don't know, but the kidney. I got an advocate. I got to ring up tomorrow as well, because they're not open until they're only open on Thursdays. So it's charity. I've never phoned a charity before. Never used a charity. And she said you need an advocate to go through your thing.
Unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of this with doctors where it's taking you 3-4 months to go and see them, and when they do see you, it's like, okay, I got 5 minutes, and then they want you out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
You see it a lot.
It's sad, really, because I know there's patients that are not the worst case scenario. Do you know what I mean? I'm not being selfish. I'm just it's just the principle is that I'm getting at, and I think people when you've had a procedure, a heart procedure, or you've been through cancer, or you've been through anything, brain tumor, whatever, anything. I think it's the last thing on your mind is the aftercare, you know, and it just seems like because I'm so because my case is complex. It's not just the kidney; it's the epilepsy. It's it's the pain management, the pain doctors,
it's the consequential issues that are adding up.
Yeah, and of course, what got me is that the reason why this nurse is mad at me is because she said I cancelled my appointments in September. It was when I think COVID hit in March of 2020, and I had my appointment in September, and the girl phoned me up and said in June and said we're going to have to cancel all appointments. I went, yeah, it's fine, you know. It's not like I can go and do anything. I'm stuck indoors. Like, I think it was only for 6 months, and it was added on. Then another 6 months was added on. So it was like 18 months altogether. And when I finally got there, she goes, "Oh, you cancelled your appointments." I goes, "I never cancelled no appointments." I goes, "COVID was on." I goes, "I had to stay in." And she goes, "Well, you could have had phone calls." I goes, "Yeah, I could have had phone calls, but I didn't get any phone calls, not from anyone. I haven't seen anyone for 18 months, not even my neurologist, not even my kidney specialist, pain therapist, physiotherapist, and the pain management." And that's why she went mad at me and goes, "Oh, you're useless," and that sort of stuff, and blah, blah, blah. I've never cancelled an appointment in my life, and I never would cancel an appointment. And now the doctors, the government are saying If anybody misses an appointment, you're going to get I think it's a £50 fine or £10 fine if you miss an appointment now, which is okay, I suppose, under certain circumstances. But if you just fail to turn up for no reason, then yeah, I think that should be right. But what about, shall we start charging the doctors our time? If they say that's an appointment time and we're there, and it doesn't, because on the NHS website, it says for a scheduled appointment, no one should be waiting no more than 30 minutes. Now I've been waiting over 2 hours at some points. But not just me, I mean everybody else in the same room. You know what I mean? Everybody else in the same room.
Yeah, in Canada, at the College of Physicians and Surgeons, we can write them if we have serious issues with our doctors.
I think they're getting away with too much now. I think, and you don't know what they're doing on it, but they could have said that we've seen 20 patients today. They've only seen 4. And nobody questions it. And I think it's about time that patients and people should say, look, this is getting out of hand. The receptionists, I don't know if anybody's a receptionist, and I apologise, but they're a breed amongst their own. They really are. You phone them up, and they say, "What do you want?" They say, "Well, I don't fancy ordering pizza. I need to speak to a doctor." You know what I mean? And but Zoe had to have 5 injections for her thyroid, and the girl behind the counter said, "Yeah, I'll sort that out for you." And she said, "Your first one's tomorrow." She went back, and spoke to the same girl and said, "You haven't booked your appointment." She goes, "I was in yesterday. I spoke to you." And she goes, "You sure it was me?" And if you say it back to a yes, they strike you off.
Okay,
they strike you off because it's classed as abusive behaviour. It's the worst. Our doctor's now been in the news last week, and saying that they've really got to buck their ideas up because the attitude that they get from people. My friend phoned up, but Steve, he phoned up the doctors, and they said, "You're at number 86, right, on the calling system." And he's on the number 86, and he got to fingers. I was number 86, like nearly 4 hours. He's 8, 9, 10, 12 o'clock. He managed to get hold of them, and he said, "Well, we don't have an over 8. It only goes up to 60." Because he said no, they put the phone down on him.
Oh my God!
They put the phone down on him, and it was quite serious. It was about his epilepsy tablets he needed to get hold of. But now it's separate. Now you can actually phone up a separate pharmacy now to do that, which is one good thing. But yeah, 4 hours. And if you go down there, they just sat looking at their phones. They're just looking at their phones. One person one day was playing Candy Crush on their phone, checking Facebook. They're all young girls. And when I first found out about my epilepsy, of course, it was kind of confusing because the neurologist couldn't get hold of my renal doctor. I can't even pronounce the name of it, so don't even ask me. So they said, what we'll do, we'll transfer your medication so it's all in one pill box. And so I went down to, because make sure you give this to your pharmacist for your doctors. And of course, I give it to this young lad. He looks like he's about 10 years old. And he goes, "We don't do these here." I goes, "No, you don't do these here. They do it next door, which is in the pharmacy." I said, "You need to put this through in the system." And he goes, "What's OHU?" I goes, OUH. I goes, Oxford University Hospital. And he goes, "That's nothing to do with us." And I said, "Look, mate," I goes, "these are epileptic tablets." I goes, "I got my TAC, my painkillers, my steroids, and other bits and bobs to go with it. So these all need to go as one compartment in a pill box." Yeah, but we don't have nothing to do. This is pointless. We don't do anything with Oxford University hospitals. You have to go to Oxford for that. And I was there. I said, look, mate. I said, I live in Swindon. I goes, this is from Swindon, from Oxford University Hospital to Dr. Mack, who runs the clinic, or Dr. Robinson, and they will put it from the system. Okay, I'm telling you how it's going to work. 4 months he made me wait until they said, no, we don't do it. And then the neurologist had to write to him and said he needs his tablets. So because of that kiddie, and because he was too, let's say, uneducated, that how dangerous it is. So I went about 4 months without proper medication because of him, because he took the prescription.
Yeah,
and he didn't do anything with it.
Just a second now. Tanny, thanks for stopping in. I know you have to head back to work. I'm gonna be shutting it down here in about 4 minutes anyway. I'm not feeling very well.
All right. Sorry about that, brother.
Oh no, don't feel sorry about it.
But yeah, that is what's going on in here at the moment. I thought I'd just share, just in case anybody's confused about the little live stream I done the other day. So I don't normally go off on anything, but that really wound me up. You can put me back now, Skip, if you like.
Yeah, it was very unfair of them the way they treated you.
We've all been through it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the worst person, but the empathy is pretty sad.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody needs help or anything, I would help them or do anything. And I've been unable to do anything because I've been stuck in my own little bubble, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube and doing this with Numismaniac, especially the history of coins and stuff like that. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? And that helped me with my speech big time. And that's why it was fun, because even though I used to be able to say half the words and I was struggling to say words, it was funny. And EAC, I dreaded when EAC would come up with some history because it was always hard. It's like hard work.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, my friend, I think we'll pull poll and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm back at 9 p.m. GMT tomorrow.
Yeah.
With the wheel, of course. So anybody wants to come up with us, please feel free to do so. And,
please, yes.
Shut me up, please. Shut me up. I need somebody to.
I couldn't talk because my mouth is all buggered up. So. And you're going to stick around for a couple minutes so you can tell me what you need to tell me there.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah, it's only for a few minutes.
Great. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. And
much love and respect to
tomorrow.
You. Yep. Take care, everybody. I need to watch. White Mojo Wolf puts up new comics and that in cars today, so you featured it.
He's got a great channel.